Wow, that was exciting,
Yes,
honey.
it was. Yes, it was.
And speaking of exciting,
Yes?
you have to introduce our next guest.
I'm going to, but my goodness, this wine on our table, I mean, what's up with that?
Our guest?
Oh, that's right. That's
guest?
right. Okay.
Introduce him
I would
and you'll
love
know.
to. I would love to. Ladies and gentlemen, from Fieldstone Vineyard in the town of Redwood Falls, Minnesota, please welcome Charlie Quast. Welcome, Charlie. Glad to have you here, and I'm glad to see that you brought some of, well, Sally is Sue's and my best friends.
Absolutely.
So this is just marvelous. I mean,
and we actually have a couple bottles that are open. Maybe we should kick things off.
I think it's a great.
Look at that.
I think that's a great idea.
It's wonderful. They say
Absolutely. And I don't know of anything better in the morning than a little eye opener.
Okay, we're going to do more than that.
Oh, okay. Well, here. I didn't mean to shortchange it. Just say when.
That's okay. Sally Sue.
Oh, did you want some too, Charlie?
Sure. I'll take a little bit of that Frontenac. The Frontenac Rosé would be great.
Charlie.
There you go.
Not a big enough
This
glass.
is the Frontenac Rosé. And what is that one?
This one is,
That is a Frontenac Gris. They're both semi-sweet. That has a little bit of peach and apricot on the tail end.
Ooh, and what does this
that is going to have a little bit more black or candied cherry. Maybe a touch of cranberry with this year's vintage.
And it says this wine pairs well with pasta, burgers, and other grilled meats.
Ooh, what does this one pair with?
Anything that you'd like.
How about just alone?
Yeah, alone is fantastic.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Very glad to have you on the set
pretty.
today.
Look at that.
Yes,
Very
absolutely.
They're both grapes that were developed right here in Minnesota at the University of Minnesota. So that's something that we kind of concentrate on at Fieldstone is trying to grow as much from the University of Minnesota or cold hardy climate grapes as we can. We think we're one of the largest wineries in the state right now in terms of percentage of production for Minnesota grown grapes, which we're pretty proud of.
So now, when did Fieldstone Vineyards begin? We
started in 2003 with the actual first offering of the 2002 vintage out to the general public. We were located about 4 miles west of Morgan, Minnesota. And now just recently, starting in 2010, early in 2010, we started the renovation of the historic Ford garage in downtown Redwood Falls, and we moved into a new facility at the beginning of last year. So
now, you started in 2003. How long does it take for the grapes to mature or get to a point where they're eligible or ready for wine, I guess I would say?
Yeah, no, fair question. 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
You plant and you sit and you look and you have your neighbors jab at you a lot, and I'm sure there's a bunch of folks in Sweet Swine County that would do the same. What are you growing out there in those tubes? And I used to have grow tubes, and they finally start coming up out of the grow tubes, and about 3 years in is when you get your first probably lighter harvest. The 4th or the 5th year would be when you get a larger, more meaningful harvest.
Now, do you have a number of people involved at Fieldstone Vineyards?
It's myself right now and a partner who is the winemaker, Mark Wedge. We started as a family business with my father-in-law and my brother-in-law, who are no longer involved, but was the 4 of us in the beginning. Right now, the last couple of years, it's been Mark and I running the facility and the winery right in downtown Redwood Falls.
Outstanding.
So now do you provide a tasting room and
Absolutely. If folks are venturing outside of Sweet Swine County, they can stop by. We offer up all of these wines plus a few others that they can come in, taste. There's a nominal charge of $5. We're generally pouring at least 8 or 9 or maybe even 10 or 12 wines. They get to keep the wine glass, so you can bring that back and use that again. We have food available for order and purchase there, and you can sit down and kind of relax and kick back. And
have to use my Cocklebur morning show expense account for that.
Oh, yeah. I suppose a limo will take you there.
Possibly. If you're nice, you might ride too.
Okay.
Are these wines available outside of the vineyard? In other words, do you market these through local liquor stores or anything such as that? Or?
Absolutely. Right now, Billy Ray, we're probably in about 125 liquor stores.
Outstanding.
Wow,
that's great.
That's a big commitment.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So we sell them. You can stop by the winery and obviously buy a bottle, or we hope you buy more than a bottle.
Sure.
Case, if you will. But then we also do wholesale out to those liquor stores. So, yeah. pretty large area, and we also in the state can ship you wine. If you go to our website,
I was just going to ask about that.
Fieldstonevineyards.com, you can order up there.
I also noticed that on this
delicious.
info card that you have, that you're also on Facebook.
Facebook at Fieldstone Vineyards and Twitter at Fieldstone. And we just got hooked up now with Foursquare, and we're doing some more promotion with some of the Facebook stuff. And if I talk any more on that, I'm going to be lying, because I don't know a whole lot more about that. I'm old enough not to have been in the know necessarily.
Now, one of the fun things that I've participated in another vineyard has been a grape stomp. Do you do that?
I'm so surprised.
You guys should both come up and go into some costume in September, the third weekend in September.
Third weekend.
Yes,
okay.
we have a very large grape stomp that we've joined with the Redwood Falls Fall Festival.
Oh.
And last year was the first annual. We have even bigger and better stomp planned and are in the process of planning for this September. So we're really looking forward to that. That is, there was hundreds of people that came into downtown. We're hoping to get thousands of people this year.
Sure. Now I see, a lot of these have the names. We've got the whining farmer, the whining farmer's daughter, and wife.
Yes, the whining farmer's wife.
What is the story behind that? There has to be a story.
Well, we started out with the wines that you have in front of you that have the Fieldstone branded label, if you will, like that.
Okay.
And several years in, we had a grape that basically was used for juice and for jellies and stuff like that. And I kind of cajoled my partner, the winemaker, into making a wine from it, which he begrudgingly did, but it promptly sold out. That was the whining farmer. So after he kind of, probably as you have some farmers in Sweet Swine County, he kind of batched it for a few years. And we thought, we should really get him hooked up and maybe have him settle down. And so we got him married to the whining farmer's wife. And that is another semi-sweet. Now
but she doesn't, honey, she doesn't look semi-sweet.
Well, if you take the apron and the dress and maybe change it around a little bit. But now
and then they had the
daughter.
They had the daughter.
He keeps looking at the daughter.
Well, no, I was actually I was looking at the clearness of the wine.
The daughter took the best of both the mom and the dad.
Of course. Of course.
So that has been kind of a fun...
the beauty of the mom and the brains of the father. I understand completely.
Or vice versa, depends on...
Or vice versa. Yes. Yeah, however you'd like to look at that.
That's been a fun line of wines for us as well. They're kind of tongue-in-cheek. We really like the daughter. This is the first year that we've had the daughter out. That's our dry white that's made from a Sauvignon Blanc grape. The wife is made from Brianna, which is, you get a little bit more melon, and there's some semi-sweet stuff going on there. We describe the whining farmer as kind of the peanut butter and jelly wine, if you will. It's very, lowbrow, very grapey wine.
So now, I have a question for you. I've heard one thing about your wine, and I'm very curious about this, only because Sally Sue gives me a rough time once in a while with some creative words, but I've heard about a wine that is called debauchery. What is that?
Well, Sally Sue probably is kind of keen on those really good labeled named wines.
Oh, okay.
It happens to be Fieldstone Vineyards port wine.
Okay.
Oh, with a piece of chocolate?
Now, the trick is, do you know what debauchery means?
I have a vague idea.
Probably never have gotten close to.
No.
Okay, yes. Well, because you probably don't, because you've lived the better life.
Yes, I have.
It's an overindulgence of sensual pleasures.
Really?
Yes. Now, this is.
That's why I wouldn't know that word.
Yeah. The name is it's a very decadent port style wine. It's about 19.5% alcohol. There's 4.5% residual sugar. Goes great with dark chocolate or desserts, or if you're so inclined to maybe have a cigar.
Oh, well, of course. That'd be the type of wine to drink with that.
I would rather have chocolate.
We think that for the most part, we try to not be too pretentious. If folks from Sweet Swine County want to stop by, come up to the tasting bar. We try to put them at ease and explain to them what we're going to do. We take them through the list of wines, and hopefully out of the 8, 10, 12 that they're going to taste or something, 1 or 2 or hopefully even more that they like. We're on the Heartland Wine Trail, so I mean, you can hit us, and then you can hit 5 or 6 other wineries in a weekend. Make a little, you know, maybe it's an anniversary trip for a weekend and an overnight stay. But all of that plays into keeping people around here and having some fun.
And,
Absolutely.
Okay, so now I see on here calendar events. Do you have certain things that you do throughout the year?
Matter of fact, on the way in this morning, I had a conversation with a gentleman that is talking about coming in to do a wine sensory perception evening for us, where you can come in and you pour this in the glass and he'll explain what it is that your nose and your taste buds and all that stuff is getting.
Well, Charlie, I'm sorry to say, but we are out of time. But I want to thank you for coming in today.
Appreciate
this
you
has
having
been
us.
excellent. The sample is excellent. And don't worry about these bottles up here. We'll take care of those.
Okay.
You just drive safely back to Redwood Falls, and we'll just take care of this.
Not a problem at all.
Okay. You know.
You just want the superstar.
I want them all. Now that I've had a little touch, I want them all.
It was excellent.
Before I go, I do have something for both of you. I brought
More
maybe
gifts.
a little memento of our visit here.
Oh, I like that. Absolutely.
Debauchery.
Fits right in too, doesn't it?
Isn't that cool?
Oh, absolutely.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
There is one more thing.
Yes.
I did bring enough for everyone out here in the studio.
Oh, outstanding. Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow. Well, Charlie, we really appreciate you being here today. We appreciate the refreshments. We appreciate the gifts. And I don't know if you have to run right away or not, but we have a special report coming in from one of Sweet Swine County's prominent residents.
Super.
Would you like to stick around and see that?
Absolutely.
All right. Let's